to the Build Face channel, helping you build a better turn. My name is Danger Ford, and I'd like to thank you once again for another video. So this one's really special today, guys. We have the finals match for the BPLP. BPLP! It reminds me of that PPAP song. Yeah, I'm sorry for putting that in your head. Anyways, it's between Ponder Guy and Weber462, and we got the entire crew together for this one. We streamed it on Twitch, we streamed it live on Facebook Live, and it was a really good time. So this is going to be completely raw, unedited. I'm not going to worry about editing any of the ums and ahs and everything. It's just going to be what it is, because I feel like that's the best way to witness this. So there is a couple of prizes that were given away during the show from Taskmaster, our very own, and one of them we have not done yet. It's going to be for this particular video, actually. So if you want a chance to win the Batman socks, I believe it's a Loot Crate exclusive, then your mission, should you choose to accept, is to comment in the section down below and tell me what your best idea is for a Batman equipment card. And me and the team will review all of the comments after, say, about a week of the video being up, and if we come to a nice consensus, then we will choose a winner, and we will get your information and send you some pretty cool looking Batman socks. So yeah, check that out. So first off, I'd like to thank everybody that joined the league for Season 1. We here at Team Buildface are incredibly appreciative of all the support you've given us, and, you know, we're still pretty amazed that something like this exists, and that that we were able to create it, honestly. But as much as our dreams are true, it would have been nothing without you guys. So here's to looking forward to more seasons, and I really hope you like this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it.
Alright, sitting here in the casting desk, deep in the heart of the Build Fortress, I'm Mr. Ben. We have our leader, the maintainer of the website.
The fearless leader.
The czar of the league.
Yes! Yes! Good morning, good afternoon, Verse fans. Welcome to the Build Phase League Play Finals.
We also have the doublest of triple agents, the champion of all Build Phase video content, a finalist at the Midwinter Games 1K, Danger Ford.
Hello, heroes and villains!
They don't call him Danger Ford for nothing.
That's right. It's not my middle name, it's my first.
And the final member of Team Build Phase, so renowned that they had to give him the best card in all of Versus. We have our Taskmaster.
The Taskmaster. And I brought some gifts today.
I didn't know the
Yes.
Taskmaster was always so giving. This is great.
Well, I mean, he's got everything.
The Merc with some Mercs.
So today, for anybody who has not followed the whole league, I suppose we should go over the format that we're playing and the way today's finals are going to work.
Yes.
This is essentially the recommended Upper Deck tournament format, so all released expansions are legal, and the only banned card is Thanos.
Correct. We are doing 3 matches. We are? So it's working?
Yep, we're good to go.
Okay, so we don't have a Facebook Live.
Nope, I turned it off just to ensure that we don't run into any disconnecting problems. We'll try to assist with that. So
Did you have a problem earlier?
I don't know, but rather be safer than sorry than we lose connection midway through, right?
Okay, well then we need to make sure that we make a post.
Yep. So,
Bill, you seem to be on top of that.
you're linking the Twitch feed in that post, I assume.
Yeah, I can do that. Once I find it. Where are you?
Well, so much for the trinkets.
Yeah.
Unless you want to use your phone. Do you
Try
have
the
unlimited
Facebook Live
data?
on your phone. Yeah.
I do. Do you want to use your phone to monitor the Twitch chat, and we can use my phone to Facebook live stream? Weber just asked Ponder if he brought a Daredevil deck.
You brought the Green Goblin.
to Twitch. Okay, I'm going to shut mine down then. Oh, how do I turn into the page?
What? I don't think it will be sure, but that's okay. It's easier to type it than to tell you.
Okay, so we are getting ready to roll here. We should be live on Twitch at this point. We are trying one last-ditch effort to get ourselves up and running again on Facebook. Again, if you're just tuning in, the format for this match is the first, all released expansions from Versus so far are legal, so it's everything except Thanos, because that was banned at the upper deck level. We are going to do a best of 3 today. We are not running with any kind of a time limit. And these finals are between the 2 top record holders in our season. Actually, did they end up having the top record holders, or did one of these guys pull in front because of the finals?
Actually, Envagot had the best record through the season, and then Ponder was second place.
Nice.
Weber took out
How do I become the page?
Envagot.
You mean Envot?
Envagot. I don't know why I call him Envagot. My pronunciation on that is horrible.
That's the menu we're in here.
You should find your page. Right there. And then...
We're still fine on... Okay. If you guys are ready, I am ready as well.
Can I have that Yeti box? That might work too.
Was it epic or different size boxes?
This is not going to stay.
Get those cards or something up on the back of it.
Okay, so we're more or less ready to roll here. Has either player revealed their main character yet, Bill?
No, they have not.
Okay, what do we speculate we're going to see at this table? I'm guessing Double Dark Phoenix is a strong possibility.
Yeah, I mean, just because I've watched a bit, I know for sure that Ponder Guy is most likely going to be playing Dark Phoenix, but I also anticipate that Weber will be too. Although I think I did watch a match where he played as somebody else, but I don't remember who it was.
Guys, I think you're both wrong. I think we're going to see Green Goblin and Daredevil today. For the
That
finals.
is definitely a possibility, and I would be excited to see it.
2 Kingpins.
I would love for it to be Green Goblin versus Daredevil, but I think both of these guys want to actually win.
Yeah.
Although it'd be
Somebody
hilarious
has to win.
if they made some kind of gentleman's agreement to both bring terrible decks to the finals. That would be hilarious.
By the way, I don't think we're not doing any sort of time limit or anything like that, right?
No, it's
No.
best of 3. So if somebody ends up taking it 2-0, well, we'll shorten our time frame, but
Yeah.
we'll see the length.
Okay. This is not showing the entire screen.
It was
I
moved.
bumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take care of the stream here, guys.
Okay.
Okay, so are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready to roll as soon as they are.
Okay, I'll go ahead and message them and tell them we're all set.
I'll try to take care of the stream anyway.
I zoomed it in some more too.
You may fire when ready.
So what do you want to do for this first? Who gets the first wound? Who guesses the first?
We'll see. Maybe
Could
we
you
can
start?
ask some questions to the audience during the course of the broadcast.
Dark Phoenix.
So Weber is playing Dark Phoenix.
Sister Grimm.
Sister Grimm makes an appearance.
Yes.
Grab me.
This is just a repeat of Salt 16, guys.
That's exactly what it looks like here.
Let's see what happens here now.
Nope.
I don't know what you want, dude.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
Just prop this little bad guy up here so we can get some Facebook Live action happening.
Gotcha. So it looks like Ponder Guy, he mulliganed. Joe, you just dropped out of.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
We're working on setting up Facebook Live. We're having a little trouble. There we go. Perfect.
They both mulliganed.
Just be a little heavier, maybe.
I did not see the die roll, but
There we go.
There we go.
Perfect. All right.
Okay.
Just open up the table, gentlemen. We'll be good.
okay. So Weber is going first. It looks like.
Okay, and Weber's playing Dark Phoenix. I immediately am rooting for Ponder Guy because he is playing Sister Grimm.
That's right.
Anybody else want to weigh in on who they're going to cheer for?
Phoenix. I like Phoenix. I just like the character.
Yeah, I like Dark Phoenix, but I also like Sister Grimm and.
To keep it
Matt
balanced, I'll
Cross.
go Sister Grimm.
That's
So Taskmaster and Danger
ooh,
go
an
for
Overmore.
Oh boy.
Dark Phoenix.
An Overmore.
That is an unconventional Dark Phoenix build. I don't think I've seen anybody use it. So there's got to be a queen as part of the 7-drop kit that they're going to pixelarity in this deck,
Hello,
right?
Wood 8.
Phoenix is the
Thanks
queen.
for joining us. Or I suppose he's not joining us on the Twitch, but he's joining us. We should be saying, or does anyone have the Twitch combo up?
I do.
Should be-
Okay, so if people get on, make sure that you say hi to them. Let them know what's going on. Answer any questions.
All right, so we've got a yellow resource. Is that the arugula? Can we all agree that
The
that's how we're going
arugula?
to pronounce that?
Alright, sure. Arugula is fine.
The spaceship.
The NCC Arugula.
No, we'll see if he does the super secret tech of using 2 academies and 2 arugulas.
Oh, Ponder didn't play anybody.
No.
Whoa, no recruit. So, what kind of Sister Grimm build do we think we're going to see here? I suspect it's going to be a pixelarity abuse type deck. My hyper-aggressive green counter abuse deck does not seem to be very
I was
popular.
going to say control.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
control build.
Yeah. I would see that too. Maybe mainly A-Force characters. For the team attacks. Weber said that he's not getting any resources, and Ponder said that's a bummer, but not.
But he's
too
not getting
sorry
any
about it.
characters, so...
Yeah. Or he's not playing them because
Mantis.
of Voldemort.
Okay. So we've got Mantis to generate some additional ramp for Dark Phoenix. For anyone who's joining us that is not a typical Versus player, this is a card that when KO goes to the resource row and allows you to jump ahead of turn. Dark Phoenix, remember, has an experience point condition of a single experience, but it requires 20 locations, or resources rather, to be in play to level up. I suppose we should...
This is a pretty bad startup for Weber, just because you really want to get those yellows out early game so that you can start the engine.
Fortunately, though, he's kind of insulated against what other decks would be doing to Dark Phoenix at this point, which is stacking wounds on him. Sister Grimm's level 1 has such a low attack that Ponder is not going to be really able to take advantage of this slow start by Dark Phoenix without recruiting characters. And as we can see, on turn 1, he did not recruit any characters.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Catfight.
I like that.
I think we can safely say Catfight is the strongest offensive plot twist in the game.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a consistent +4. There probably are some other cards that could be a little bit swingier. Like Femme Fatality conceivably could reduce a character's defense and therefore give you an attack buff of more than 4. But
I'm a big fan
That's
of
much more
affiliation.
conditional.
I like their cards.
Mm-hmm.
so Sister Grimm has, I think, the most interesting level up condition in that She's the only character we have who switches back and forth between level 1 and level 2, other than
right.
Groot. The only playable card we have that switches back between level 1 and 2. And each of her level 2 abilities can only be used once. Her stat block is still kind of terrible, but she's a teenage girl, so that's not totally unsurprising. Each of these effects on the staff of one's level 2 are extremely strong, though.
I also like that she's probably one of the more flavorful main characters, where the staff of one is literally coming out whenever she gets wounded.
Yes.
And then it goes away once she uses an ability.
And it's important to note that does trigger on wound, not stun. So a effect like Daze would not actually give you your level 2 Sister Grimm, but it would still get her out of the way in terms of combat.
So another resource drop.
Weber says he knows that he should have Cosmo in here somewhere.
Cosmo can be a real backbreaker for Sister Grimm.
Right.
Her stat line is not good enough to deal with Cosmo. You really need access to those level 2 powers.
It's also something that Dark Phoenix really doesn't want to see either.
Do you think we'll see Sister Grimm remain level 2, or Ponder utilize one of the
Well, at this
abilities?
point, our best information is that his only ability would be to draw 3 cards, which would not be a bad move.
I don't think it would be a
Although,
bad
look
move
at the
either.
card advantage he already has. He's got 9 cards in hand versus Weber's 4.
It's 9 cards in hand right now?
We see
Nice.
the Academy was activated, so he must have drawn.
Yeah, he must have drew with his yellow ability. Draw 3 cards.
Yep,
yeah.
there you go. So 12 cards in hand to Weber's 4. That's incredible hand advantage.
He needed it too. It looked like he was struggling dropping some early game. Hopefully this will...
Well, we're 2 turns in and he has no recruits.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is
By the way-
arguably more backbreaking than being 2 turns in and having no locations.
Yeah. Folks on Twitch, if you could let us know if the audio sounds fine, if there's any problems, let us know.
Let me see that Twitch feed. You're taking such detailed notes. I can pay attention to that if you want. So, Taskmaster here has some giveaways today. And I'm wondering, do we want to have some kind of a comment challenge to the Twitch viewers?
I think that'd be good.
Yeah, that's
Like-
a good idea.
I don't know, whoever can come up with the coolest character we expect to see in Unleashed or something. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? We probably should have thought about this before we were live, huh?
Kind of came last minute with the gifts
So
here.
we'll do an easy one. We'll do an easy one. What was the first spoiler for Legacy? What was the first spoiler Legacy? Legacy spoiler.
Alright, so the first person to comment in the Twitch feed with that information will win what? What do we got over there?
Got the Mr. Robot t-shirt. It's a large.
A Mr. Robot t-shirt.
That's
Wow.
Mr. Robot?
Well, it's his image. The
Wait,
TV,
who's Mr. Robot?
I don't know.
TV
I just
show?
went with
It's
it.
a t-shirt. Yeah, Mr. Robot's a TV show.
Okay, do you guys see this Kane activation here? Weber dug, what is that, 20 cards deep into his deck before hitting a location?
Yeah.
So when Kane appears, you reveal cards until you hit a basic location. He's hit 1 non-basic location. How many cards deep is that?
Let's see what we're seeing here, too. We got Miss America, Wasp. Oh, wait. Who are those? Are the ones that are facing me, are those also...
They're all part of Weber's deck. They're just on the other side of the
Okay,
table.
alright. So, Groot's in there, Magneto, we saw Miss America, Iron Man. He's got a plethora.
Surprisingly, 2 Iron Mans. In the Dark Phoenix build that I ran 1 Iron Man simply for his
Really?
tech. Yeah, I didn't.
That's it?
Well, his stats are just not that great. I
Yeah,
never felt like
but
he was as strong as some of the other high drop
Singularity, and just the spam that you can use Iron Man with is so powerful. Kane is probably one of my favorite cards in the entire Versus game. I love the fact that I can use him to get a location. I'm also almost... Sorry.
Another cat fight. So that's 2
Damn.
cat fights that have been burned by Weber to get early game stuns on Sister Grimm.
It's 2 good wounds, though.
It seems like his plan is going to be rush Sister Grimm down before a board can be built for her caffeine injection to even target.
Right, and right now you can clearly see Ponder struggling with any type of board presence.
Yeah, he really needs to get some characters.
If he doesn't have a
out.
strong recruit next turn, I don't know what's going on with this deck. He's
Yeah.
got a quarter of his deck in his hand.
Overmorph still hasn't triggered because of that.
Right.
Yeah, there's no supporting characters for the unconventional Ovomorph inclusion to even target.
The further it goes along, as well, the
Okay, so we got a singularity pull. That's something. Notably, Sister Grimm's caffeine injection power can't target anything other than a supporting character, so that would have been a dead card without a recruit here.
Is he gonna use it?
Well,
Looks like it.
I think I might try to go for board control here.
So caffeine injection was okay, trying to clear the
Nice.
Ovomorph out of the way.
Nice.
That's a
Okay.
smart move.
I agree.
Yeah. And he gets him. Nice.
So now where's Sister Grimm swinging?
Well, she could go
Kane,
into...
I suppose. Yeah, she's not going to be big enough to take Mantis down.
Yeah,
But you get Kane off the board, and now this board position looks a lot more even.
right.
Ponder came into this turn in trouble, and he appears to have dug himself
I
out
might
a little.
have attacked with Sister Grimm, then used her ability, and then attacked.
But who would he have attacked?
Oh, using Sister Grimm's
Okay.
higher stats
Yeah.
to clear Mantis off the
I would
board
have done
instead.
that first.
That does push
Because then
Dark
you
Phoenix closer
even
to a
even
ramp.
up the board control a little
Yeah.
bit more.
I don't think that he wants to attack Mantis, and if he can
That's a good
I mean,
point.
look at it right now. I mean, I suppose Weber can just sacrifice
There's
Mantis
yellow.
now.
Turn 3 was important for Ponder. I think that was a good balance.
It was a do or die turn.
Yeah, for sure.
Either he started to take some of that board control. Well,
Oh,
not
here
even
it
control,
comes.
but just even... there we
Here
go.
comes the ramp.
So the power that's being triggered here is what was, what is, and what will be.
He didn't recruit anybody before doing that.
Nope. That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
No turn 4 recruit,
Yeah.
and only 4 cards in hand.
So turn 4 could be a swing turn here, guys. Did we have a response on the Twitch feed in regards to the first spoiler?
I see no information posted yet.
What was the first spoiler for the Legacy set?
Should we give out a hint, since there's been no activity yet, and say who spoiled it?
Well,
The first
technically-
good spoiler was spoiled by
Technically,
Team Build
Upper-
Phase.
Yeah, the first good one, yeah.
But technically, Upper Deck
But not
spoiled the first spoiler card.
every time spoiler.
I don't understand what's being targeted here.
Redone cards.
I don't know either.
He attacked Singularity with Mantis to gain the
Oh,
resource.
okay.
Oh, and then Mantis became Okay.
Gotcha.
Correct. So now Ponder's got a chance for board control here. He needs to put some wounds.
He's already got 7.
Weber's comment in chat, not good. I would agree. This went from looking extremely dire for Ponder to...
Brian Hines in Facebook says the first spoiler was Thor.
Fair enough. We'll
We
take
have
it.
our winner.
All right.
Nice. Good job,
Thank you,
Brian.
Brian. Thanks for tuning in.
Tell him to message his name and address.
Yeah, we'll need to get your shipping information.
Go ahead and send us a message on the Facebook website, or you can contact us at thebuildphase.com. There is a contact button on that site. Or contact us at thebuildphase.com is our email address.
Yeah, that's the email.
So, yeah. It's funny how that works out.
Contact us at thebuildphase.com. Yes, that's right.
Speaking of thebuildphase.com, you've been putting some work in over there, Joe. We have a whole 2.0 website.
Yeah, man. So
Hell
Build
yes.
Phase, new Build Phase 2.0 site. We have a lot of content on there right now. We'll go into a little more detail about that, but I do want to say that it looks like Ponder just dropped Pixie.
This is huge.
Ooh.
So now we got the Pixie Sing combo out there.
It doesn't matter if you have ramp if you got Pixie Sing out.
We have Adam Logan disputing the Thor being the first spoiler.
I actually think it was Cosmo.
He says
Oh,
it's
well-
Thanos.
No, those don't count.
I think
Thanos is, no.
Cosmo and Thanos, they were not really spoilers. They were just redone.
They were part of the same article, actually, so I would have accepted Thanos. Or I suppose Thanos did come out in its own article. Cosmo and Thor came out in the same article.
I was leaning towards Cosmo as the first spoiler, but since that was technically a replacement...
Loki comes out.
Ooh, that's big. Floki.
I'm going to say Thanos
Oh.
has a Marvel base set collector number and is therefore not part of Marvel Legacy.
Yeah, so
Make Pixie bigger
shove
for
it, Adam.
Yeah, we really need to mention what Pixie's effect is here. The ability to pull a character out of your deck, which you then get to attack with, but it gets KO'd at the end of your turn. However, Singularity's ability removes that pulled character from combat, or from play, which negates Pixie's effect, which allows you to keep the overcosted character. So it's a form of ramp.
Mm-hmm.
Having the power-up for Loki is probably my favorite move in the game right now. You get to draw 3 cards the first time you power a character up with her in play.
Dude, and look at Ponder Guy's hand. Just
4.
switch. No, that's Weber's.
4 cards for Weber and 14 cards for Ponder.
Holy crap.
For those of you who might be having some connecting issues on the Facebook live feed, why don't you go ahead and switch over to Twitch. We're running pretty seamless on Twitch right now.
Twitch.tv/thebuildphase.
Right on.
What happened?
It just keeps disconnecting. So the Build Phase 2.0, the site is thebuildphase.com. We've got some great content out there. You'll find stuff we're going to be generating for Hearthstone. We got Star Wars Destiny information out there. Check out the new top 10
Did he not attack Dark
Spirit of Rebellion that we'll see.
Why didn't he attack Dark Phoenix?
Yeah, why? So we have an interesting move from Ponder here.
Scared.
Where he concluded his turn by pocket dimensioning all the characters on his board except for Singularity. However, he did not declare an attack to put a wound on Dark Phoenix. Now, that seems like a sketchy call to me.
Oh, and Thanos comes out.
And this is the danger of a Dark Phoenix ramp deck. While Ponder is on turn 4, Thanos just dropped on the other side of the board.
Is Ponder Guy going to be able to get up high enough?
Uh,
Holy crap,
Well,
he did!
He's got a giant hand. What a
I'm clapping over
You would
here.
not like her when
what
she's
a
angry.
bounce!
Dude, Singularity is at a 14 defense.
You
To
won't
Thanos
like
is 12.
A 3-drop just bounced the attack from an 8-drop. You won't like her when she's angry. Puts 2+1 counters on the defender. These counters stay put, so Singularity gets to retain this giant stat block. +8.
I would not be surprised, and actually I think we did see it when he was drawing from Kane. I would not be surprised if we saw Doctor Strange come out at some point.
Now, Doctor Strange could be very bad for Singularity. That would be an auto KO for the character. Notably, Singularity wasn't able to get quite large enough to stun Thanos back, so Weber didn't lose this huge investment that he put on the board, but he's not in a good spot.
This kind of turned. I thought that Weber was really in the
So
lead
a turn
for a
5
while.
drops. Will it drop a Miss America?
So we have a green location,
Oh,
and She-Hulk,
Very
who
good.
is in position to use that green location to make A-Force team attacks enormous.
So, real quick here.
Sister Grimm's come together nicely for Ponder.
Shouldn't Floki actually have joined the other side there?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, when does her power prop?
During the build phase, right?
At the start of the build phase. And Singularity brings everybody back.
Should we mention something? At the start of the turn.
At the start of the turn. Yeah, Floki should have switched.
Should we mention something?
I think we probably should. Because Thanos has the largest ability, or the largest attack on the board. Loki's questionable loyalty requires her to switch sides if an enemy character has a higher attack than all characters on your side. While Singularity is huge at this point, +8 only gets her to 10 attack, which is not sufficient to stun or be larger than Thanos. So this power card, I think arguably
They fixed it.
the best card in the game, just switch sides. That's huge. What's the biggest disparity right now? Yeah, we got a couple wounds here. We got an unfortunate board state here. But we have 12 cards in Ponder's hand and 4 in Weber's. He's just been given the tools to dig himself out of this hole.
Yeah. It'll be nice to see if he can rebound with the new edition.
Weber didn't even notice. He was just like, oh.
We have Adam Logan in the Twitch chat calling out the female Loki questionable loyalty as well.
Cool.
And you know,
Thanks for the input, Adam.
I have a mixed relationship with Twitch chat calling out misplays in real time.
What's Singularity's attack at?
Singularity's attack
She's
is
at
at a
10-14.
10. So she has a giant butt.
So when they team attack, she'll get 12, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could...
Well, she could team attack with She-Hulk, and Leader will make Thanos go into Singularity, meaning that he doesn't lose any board state.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, too, Thanos has 2 wounds, so Floki won't be making a return anytime soon.
Well, it's really important that one of the 4 cards in Weber's hand is either Thanos or Loki, or he's not going to get any value out of Power Hungry.
Yeah.
He could drive Loki into Sing just to get her off the board.
Ponder Guy could really use meat.
It'll be interesting to see how that works.
Well, and if he can get Thanos stunned, then Loki's going to switch sides again at the start of next turn, right? Or no, recovery happens before build. Yeah. I get so
That's what I'm
confused
saying.
between this game and the old game.
Floki won't make a return for
There we go.
Everybody's team attacking.
Of course. Stay
That's
force.
kind of surprising.
Big commitment to this attack here
He
by
wants
Ponder.
to make sure.
Yeah.
Get those counters.
But, I mean, he's still playing the wound game here. He's down to 3 health, and Phoenix is still at 7.
And with She-Hulk, he can designate who takes the wound.
Yeah.
Which is going to be no one.
I would have at least...
What?
I would have at least kept somebody...
Singularity. She's going to go to Singularity, and she's a high defense.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Because you have effects. Do you want to try
Who's
it?
going to want to go to Sister Grimm to get that level 2?
I would put it in the She-Hulk, just so I don't lose
Which I guess, yeah.
Singularity in case of effects.
This is a huge commit here.
Yeah, it is. I think he should have...
Make a punch,
He should have kept Sister Grimm and Pixie to attack Dark Phoenix.
or make a Singularity and use the caffeine injection.
So while this attack is happening, let's talk about the new let's talk about Super Awesome Games.
Yes, superawesomegames.net. I believe that's the I'll make
Just
sure.
want to give Super Awesome Games a shout out. We do have an announcement coming on later in the feed in regards to one of their new games.
All my notes are on my phone.
That's
which
what
we
I'm
ended up
saying.
using
Yeah.
this stream. So the new Super Awesome Games release is hopefully Headhunters. There's going to be a Kickstarter starting on the 23rd of this month to fund that. And if you go to gutshotgames.com, you can get information about this. This game is described as a single character card driven miniatures skirmish game, which is a lot of jargon all in one. Maybe I should say TM at the end of that. But when I reached out to Danny and Ben as far as what they wanted us to be sure to mention on today's stream, this was the game that they mentioned. So out of all the things that Super Awesome Games is involved in, from the Versus event that we're casting right now to things like the Firefly Legendary, which is maybe my favorite game ever.
Yeah.
They put out a quality product, and they're awesome guys who are friends of the build phase as well.
So shout out to those guys and their awesome content that they provide to the communities.
Maybe we should mention
Also-
that the winner of this series is going to
Yes.
get a prize provided by
Super Awesome Games.
Super Awesome Games, which I feel like I stepped on your toes there.
That's
Danger.
all right. Our very own Ben and Danny, the co-designers of this awesome game that you're watching, has given us a bunch of. Actually, we can even put it up in the Facebook Live if you wanted to. But signed copies of every MC. One of those will be chosen by the winner of this final match, and then every person in the league is getting a plot twist signed dramatic entrance, which I don't think we've seen yet.
So the subtitle of this season was Dramatic Entrance, the first season of Build Phase League Play. And we thought it would be a kind of special thank you to the Season 1 players who have tolerated us figuring out the rules as we went and kind of gritted their teeth and bared with it as we've had to kind of make calls in real time as opposed to being prepared. And as a thank you, we got a dramatic entrance signed by Danny and Ben, and those are going to go out to all participants in Season 1. And the winner of this game will have a choice between any main character level 2 except for aliens. I didn't get aliens
that's right.
signed.
I was going to get send the queen. And, damn it.
And
I also want to
just
send
on a
legendary queen too.
On a personal note, I would like to also mention thanks to Danny and Ben for signing my acrylic copy of Star-Lord that I won at a tournament. So, take that. I'm bragging. That's right.
Yeah, you had a lot of cards.
Yeah, I did actually.
While we're giving out some recognition, I do want to give out a shout out to Mark over at UDE and UDE for letting us take
Definitely.
place in the spoiler season this year. It was major fun for us and seeing what we can, display for the community. So thanks, guys.
It looks like Weber's hollering at you in the chat.
What's that? Quick rules question, if you don't mind. When I'm team attacking with She-Hulk, at what point do I have to choose who your character strikes back on? It is as soon as I make the attack or after plot twists resolve?
Last step.
You think after resolve? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk messaged us and let us know that everything's looking great.
Fantastic. Thanks for the input.
Thanks, Kirk.
I hope we got that call right.
I'm sure that the community will let us know.
They'll
if we
let us
did.
know if we didn't. That's the beauty of Twitch.
That's right.
Feel free to comment, guys.
So we are juggling a lot of things here, not to make excuses for any of the rockiness of what's taking place, but we have B-Man 3030 asking how he can get involved in League play for Season 2.
bman3030. Email us at contactus@thebuildphase.com and we can shoot you out some information. Those of you who have expressed interest and have already reached out, there will be some information coming your way in the near future for Season 2.
He just powered up Thanos to draw 3 cards from Ponder Guy's Floki.
So we have Weber essentially doubling the size of his hand here with this Thanos power-up and making him a 13-13. Singularity is down to 7 +1 counters
And he played Miss
Because of a
America
wasp.
and Wasp.
due to Wasp entering play.
Yeah.
So she's still slightly out of reach for Thanos. Because he's a 13, oh no, she is a 13, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm good at math.
She's a 13. So yeah, now they're even.
So Thanos is capable of reaching out and punching Singularity
I'm sure
in the
Ponder's
face.
got another. You won't like her while she's in.
Well, he's burned 2 so far.
But he's got half his deck in his hand
How
still.
much?
And he has 12 cards in hand.
Gosh.
So I don't know what the statistics are on that.
Or hell, I mean, he might even just have a shock to the system or something.
But 36 cards left in the deck, 12 cards in hand.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
That is.
Now,
pretty
there is
big.
another route he could go here, which is swinging Miss America plus Loki, which gives us
like what he's gonna do.
also a team attack of... So even if he has a shock to the system, it's not going to be good enough because Thanos is waiting.
Yeah.
Another You Won't Like Her When She's Angry will get him out of this hole, though. I'm a little surprised Wasp wasn't committed to this team attack as well, just to...
Because maybe they want to keep Wasp just as a preventative measure for Phoenix.
Oh, we got a plot twist here.
Fine cover? Is that what that is?
I can't see it. Yeah.
Alright,
Sorry, guys. Yes, that's a fine cover.
Nice, that works.
All right, so I added the contact email for the build phase into the chat. We will have a Season 2 of League Play, but there's going to be some significant changes, and we'll let people who sign up for that know once we get everything figured out.
Indeed.
So Fine Cover is one of those plot twists that I am never totally sure how I feel about. The +3 stat swing is huge. +3 is the magic number that I think moves a plot twist effect from mediocre to good. However, it is strictly worse than Shock to the System because it doesn't do things like shut off Luke Cage's buddy Iron Fist. I doubt we're going to see an Iron Fist in this matchup, but that is a distinction between the 2 cards. Oh, and we have a power-up!
Oh.
Singularity back to 8 counters after bouncing the initial attack with a Find Cover.
That certainly works.
Oh, backbreaking. Ponder Guy still with 10 cards in hand, nearly double the cards of Weber's 6, and bouncing 2 huge attacks.
So I'm surprised that he stuns Miss America instead of Floki.
I think he wants Floki back. Thanos is done now. Thanos should be
Yeah, I
off the
suppose
board.
so. Thanos will be done.
And now during the build phase, Floki will come back to him.
That's true. That's very true. This has been a really
Actually-
interesting first match.
Actually, no, it won't. I apologize. It won't come back.
Yeah, well.
If
No,
Thanos is
Thanos
Thanos
still on
is
the
still
board,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, if Thanos is stunned at the beginning of Weber's build phase.
Which
Right.
Thanos, if he stuns Thanos here, he's not going to be stunned on Weber's build phase. He's going to be KO'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he already has the one wound.
Mm-hmm.
Which Ponder definitely has the stats necessary to make that happen. Singularity alone is 10 attack, plus She-Hulk. That team attack into Thanos is sufficient to stun him, and with She-Hulk's leader ability, he can send the stun back at Singularity and essentially do nothing.
Yeah. Man, this is still an uphill battle for Ponder. I mean, he's holding his own in this first game, but still, man, he's got 3 health to no freaking wounds on Dark Phoenix yet.
Notably, we also have 12 resources in play, if my count's correct.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, Dark Phoenix is over halfway to level 2, and once level 2 hits,
13 now.
Ravager of Worlds targets face-down enemy resources. That will effectively be a win-the-game move if Weber's able to get there.
Mm-hmm.
No wounds on Phoenix yet?
No wounds on Phoenix.
Ooh.
Magneto! Now, this is one of those cards that is absolutely good enough to include, but I often find myself cutting because it's situational. If you don't have the stunned enemy characters, if you don't already have enough board to stun enemy characters, his lockdown effect is essentially a blank text box. You cannot use him to climb out of a hole, but you can use him to get further ahead. Plus, flight and range with 7 attack is totally respectable.
Pretty, yeah.
How does that work with Miss America again?
That was our other mascot.
Nope.
We can't tell you his name because it's a swear word. Courtesy of Taskmaster.
Which the people watching Twitch didn't even see.
Yeah.
And it rhymes with kitty.
Yeah. It's right.
So, what do we think the attack line's going to be here?
I think he's going to try and take out Thanos. I mean, you got to try and take out Thanos to get Floki back.
With the team attack between Singularity and She-Hulk?
Yeah.
He does have the green, so
yeah.
he can add another 4 attack to that if necessary.
I think then you run into Miss America.
Plus, even if there's a power-up on Thanos, which gets him big enough to stun Singularity, that one green
Can make a
puts
world
her out of
difference.
reach again.
Yeah.
The only problem with Magneto right now is he's not going to really get any sort of usage because other than
It's a hard stop for Miss America.
Well,
She
she
doesn't
can
have
ready
range
though.
either.
Oh wait, no, it does.
No,
it does
she
hard
can't
stop
ready.
her. Okay,
Mhm.
so it does affect Miss America. Everybody else though is, if they stun, then they're KOing anyways.
Yeah, I think the line here is going to be a Singularity She-Hulk team attack into Thanos, and then a Magneto attack into Miss America.
He could use the green to do the pixelarity combo.
What do you
and get
think the
somebody else
chances
out.
are that we have a... Well, no, it needs a blue for Pixel. For
Oh yeah, that's
Pixie.
right.
So what do we think the chances are that in Weber's 10 cards in hand, he has a blue? It's
I don't
probably
know,
pretty good.
Didn't he just row a resource, or did he?
He rode a
green?
resource, so he would have to...
I think he rode this fortress this
He
turn,
did.
didn't he?
Exactly
Yeah.
right. So he would have to play out of hand. So we'll see if that's something he wants to do.
Weber just said leader sucks. We're talking about the keyword leader that's on She-Hulk.
not David Leader.
Yeah.
I've got to move
Yeah, not
Taskmaster
David Leader.
because it's so hard to see that chat
It's
window.
actually Taskmaster
you can't
isn't even
see
in
him.
the Facebook.
You can just see at the
Live.
top of his head,
So-
his hood.
Is he in it now?
No. Well, you can see his eyes next to Jesse Custer.
Yeah,
Preacher fans out there.
that's right.
Okay, so we got a team attack of Singularity and
Look at all
She-Hulk.
them arrows.
Wow.
That's the one thing I really do like about Octagon. How you can use the shift key and then drag to see all of these different arrows, so that you know exactly where you're going into. But
Okay. So, it looks like Ponder is taking more or less the line that we predicted here. This is going to leave him in a really good spot. He's going to get Loki back here in a moment.
wait, didn't? Oh, okay. That's Miss America. That's face down.
Yeah, Miss America is right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
face down.
And
Alright.
Thanos is over here in the KO pile.
Gotcha.
Didn't even mess with Wasp or try to put a wound here.
Well, I don't think he really could have.
Wasp would have
Could have cleared Wasp. Send an attack here and here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait.
No.
Pixie does not have sufficient attack to stun Wasp. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was all you could do.
Yep, there's Loki back onto Ponderguy's side. Which means that most likely he's going to be able to power up somebody and draw even more cards.
Weber needs a good play here. He's going to be in trouble.
Magneto's got to go. Having 5 resource points tied up in a card that's just useless is terrible.
There's tremendous board control and the possibility of power up with She-Hulk. Because Ponder's sitting on that green resource.
And he's still just so far away from a level 2 Phoenix. Unless he can get another activation of what was, what is, and what will be, I think Ponder may be in position to close this game out.
Possibly. I'm a little hesitant to say that so early, and I mean by so early because there's no damage on Dark Phoenix at this point.
Yeah.
We need to see damage on Dark Phoenix if Ponder has a chance to rebound here. Board control is great right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely great.
Well, and even with
That's an interesting play.
top-notch board control, if Morgan Le Fay...
Yeah.
I'm going to have to actually read this card. Okay, 6-drop, Femme Fatale, Flight 3/7/2. Immortal. When she's KO'd, she goes back into your deck, so that's similar to Dormammu, which really makes her great for a deck
I've come
that
to
runs
bargain.
dramatic entrances. Growing Magic. Draw cards equal to the number of times you've used a superpower named Growing Magic. That's good. Unfortunately, it also eats yellows, which is what Dark Phoenix needs.
Except, did he just use to build a better
double
world?
build a better world.
Yeah.
The plot twist that allows you to recur a location. So he's opting to, instead of activating Dark Phoenix's level 1 power, we see, I think the first time I've ever seen this card used in a game, an activation of Growing Magic.
Yeah.
I don't play with that card. I haven't seen it played, so this is an interesting move. Choice.
So, just real quickly, Kirk just mentioned Eric and I actually felt She-Hulk was one of the keys of this matchup. Grimm just has the better suit of characters.
I would agree. She-Hulk is clutch in any A-Force deck.
For real, she's got that green power.
I feel like she's one of the best, if not the best 4-drop in the game.
Weber just made the comment, I might be screwed.
You might be. You might be. But who am I? I'm just announcing.
Even if these yellows are burned to Dark Phoenix's power, that only puts us at 17 resources. If Ponder chooses not to lay a resource next turn...
With the Pixie Sync combo, he doesn't even have to. And in such board control right now. Well
and I keep coming back to this, but there's still no wounds on Dark Phoenix. I don't understand how Weber thinks he's in the crapper.
In the pooper, yeah. Not to mention as well.
Well, and if he can level a Ravager and a board clear, game over.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take out
Ghost Rider. Woo!
How many?
Let's look at Ponder's KO pile here.
So Ghost Rider...
Only 5 cards total in the KO pile.
You can't... Spectating won't let you.
It won't let me look at what's there. So I don't know what's in there, but there's only 5 cards.
-2.
-2 is not great.
No. But that'll get bigger as time goes by. So, for you guys that don't know, Ghost Rider, when he appears, you put as many -1/-1 counters onto a character as there are good characters in your KO pile.
Why is this card so small?
Because they have crummy scans on Octagon.
They're afraid of the ghost.
Did he place the -1s yet?
It.
I don't think he did yet, right?
He hasn't targeted anybody.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Just want to make sure.
So where do we think they're going to go? They can't go on Miss America.
I would put it on Morgan.
On Morgan. You don't want to reduce Dark Phoenix to a 1/1?
Not when I have the board that if I'm Ponder, I have a huge board. It doesn't matter where you put the
Sooner is
-1,
warp him back
-1s.
in though, and then it.
I think you put it on Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To make her a 1/1.
Yeah.
Why not?
And just slap her with Pixie.
Oh, drawing some more cards. Drawing some more cards.
Wow, this hand advantage is insane.
Power up. She-Hulk.
Very nice.
Oh, he hit Wasp with the -1 counters.
Ah, that's a good move.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
is a good move.
Adam.
Thanks for catching that. We didn't see that. Magneto.
So we mentioned that Kirk Buckendorf made a comment in the chat. I'd like to take a second to maybe shout out another passenger on the spoiler train, Daily Metagame.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Does anybody have any thoughts about the Salt 16 tournament?
Yeah, I mean, I said it in one of our podcasts before. I think the Salt 16 was pretty crucial in a downtime for the verse community, especially with the collective. So shout outs to you guys for doing the Salt 16. Even though we weren't included in the new one. Still love yous.
We still love
Thanks
you.
for doing everything you guys do for the community.
Because they know we'd run the
You guys
table.
are definitely the flagship of
Voices.
Voices. Thank you for the collective. So we appreciate what you guys
The
bring.
flagship? That's giving a lot of credit.
Well, they moderate the collective.
They do a lot for the collective.
We should
They do
also
a lot
note
for the
that there's
community.
Salt 16 bracket.
We just saw a board clear here.
Yeah, we did.
Damn.
The first wound on Dark Phoenix. We're what, turn 6 here?
Yeah, I
7?
think so.
Yep, 7.
Yeah, turn 7 before Dark Phoenix takes her first wound, which means
that
this game,
MODOK?
without Ponder Guy recruiting a Thanos, we're looking at this game going to turn 14.
Right.
We are guaranteed to see a Ravager of Worlds activation by now. And if
At this point, doesn't matter though.
Weber's
Let's
got to
see-
do something about that
Let's
board,
see,
man.
Let's see if we can see some
I mean,
stabilization.
look at that. Magneto is going to keep those characters face down. It's just Phoenix out there right now.
Weber almost has to respond with a Magneto of his own. That's almost the only way to dig out of this hole.
Does he have Magneto?
We saw him during the Kane
Did we?
drop.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
saw him.
Sharp-eyed, good memory, Danger Ford remembers that.
Also, just wanted to mention for Daily Metagames, Salt 16 bracket, their finals is basically a
The
mirror
same-
match
yeah.
of what we're seeing right now. It's Sister Grimm and Dark Phoenix.
I was pulling for Luke Cage in the Salt 16.
And my girl
just
won
saying.
the Salt 16 finals, just say it.
Yeah. And then also, I have a little paragraph here that Kirk would like me to mention. There's no dates or solid plans yet, but after Legacy is out, we are doing a Loyalty 16. That's what he's calling the next bracket. With 3 other teams where we draft 16 different main characters and build loyalty decks for them to battle it out. So you can check out that more information at thedailymetagame.com.
So they're going to be in charge of deck construction.
Yeah, the team.
I believe so.
They don't want to toss like a couple
But
decks
I
over to
think-
us, maybe?
I think it's still going to be Kirk and Eric.
That's why
playing
I
against
said
each
earlier.
other.
Just, you know, throwing that out there a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I had mentioned earlier.
Like maybe 4 of them, at least.
But yeah, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out into the collective for that or Daily Metagames. We'll also post their Salt 16 reviews on thebuildphase.com. We try to bring you all the content from all of the teams, including our own, so we can be in the know.
Yeah,
for
he
all you
can't
guys
get over
who
her.
reach the show.
So I think Weber
So-
has to clear Magneto this turn, or he's in real trouble.
Yeah.
Which is considering the start of this game was so uneven, with one side having no locations and the other having no
Oh,
recruits.
he didn't do anything, dude.
Oh, no.
That means that MODOK's going to trigger as well.
Devastating.
Who has Genius. Genius lets you draw an extra card at the beginning of your turn if you're face up.
That is 9 locations, or 9
And
resources for Weber,
he powered
7
up-
cards in hand, and
Yeah.
no recruits.
Dude, he just powered up somebody also on his turn, so he has 3 good characters in his KO deck, which means that he can take out Phoenix with Ghost Rider. when
Well,
he
I think he
appears.
just did that.
That's I'm relaying that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
14 cards in hand for Ponder Guy, while Weber is at 7. He has consistently, throughout this game, had about half the hand that Ponder Guy has, and I think that's really the crucial component, is there's
So let
just
me-
so many more options for
We
Sister
we
Grimm.
clearly understand that Ponder had a slower. Oh, Thanos.
Oh, we have Kirk in the Twitch chat saying they might try to fit some build phase games into this.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, Kirk.
Public shaming always works.
We're just giving you guys a hard time, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another power.
Weber with a scoop.
Weber scooped?
Or no, he said sweep. Sorry, I have poor eyesight.
That's a big difference. Sweep and scoop, Ben. Sweep and scoop.
all the way over there.
Not even close to being sibling.
I am actually supposed to wear glasses. I think at this point, a scoop is not totally.
Now Weber's
outside the
saying
realm
he
of
sweeps.
possibility.
I sweep.
So is that a synonym for scoop?
I'm assuming so.
Oh,
Yep,
so
he
yeah.
is. Game 1, Pounder Guy, turn 8.
I will update.
Get the broom, sweep it up.
Well, this isn't we're not sweeping the series.
No, well, this round.
Okay, so game 1 is in the books. We have Ponder Guy taking the first over Dark Phoenix. So, the key turns there. Ponder Guy's turn 3, finally getting a character down, clearing up some of the board that Weber was building. Weber had a good response with dropping an 8-drop on... It would have been Ponder... What, turn 4? Or was that turn 5?
It was turn 5, I believe.
Okay.
Let me double check.
If you, since we're playing best
turn
out of
5,
3,
stand
you
up,
can
yeah.
also tell Ponder and Weber, like, also so that we can promote some stuff. If they need to take a break.
Well, we've done
All
it
right, they are.
anytime.
So we're going to have a 2-minute break here.
Okay.
While they do that, and I think while we're doing that, let's maybe talk
I do
about...
I do have an announcement that I would like to make in regards to Team Attack. We've been very adamant that we want to promote everybody within the community. Team Attack are close friends of ours, so we just have a nice message to them. We appreciate them throwing the Fun K back when they did the WinterCon. There's going to be a Fun K 2.0, if you
I would
will,
have
coming down.
appreciated it if they threw the Fun K. Like, I would have felt better about myself.
Right?
If
Yeah, your Gamora deck sucked,
Dude, it completely
dude.
failed.
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. But if you enjoy listening to top tier deck breakdowns, interviews with top players, and lively discussions about current events, check out the Team Attack podcast for tournament reports, international relationships, frivolous challenges issued to anyone willing to accept, and more. It's like the ESPN of verse. Listen now at Team Attack Podcast on Facebook or on SoundCloud. I will say they're more like the ESPN Ocho of
They get the Ocho.
of the verse system. But you can also find their podcast, like I said, on Facebook, on SoundCloud, or even on the Build Phase website, buildphase.com. We don't discriminate against podcasts here. We like to bump all content. So shout out to those guys for providing such great content within the community.
Well, if we're not going to discriminate against podcasts, should we talk about that one podcast that existed for like 6 episodes back in 2015?
Yeah,
Versus
and he showed
Labs.
some interest. Yeah.
I listened to every
Labs.
episode.
Yeah.
It was good content.
Yeah, they had some great content, and if you're listening, or if you're out there, or if
Come
you
on
know
the
how to get a
show.
hold of them,
Come on to buildphase.com. We'd love to get you.
or actually
right.
start making content again.
Ponder Guy chose the play for game 2.
Okay. Do we have time for another plug?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we're gonna plug the Scoop UK, our brothers across the sea.
Yeah, Scoop UK. Way to go,
right.
guys. Keeping it international.
Yeah, the ScoopUK.com.
Weber keeps.
They are a website that's dedicated to Versus, Hearthstone, and Star Wars Destiny. Ashley wanted me to mention that the UK Nationals is coming up. Did you ever find out what the
It's
date is?
on my phone, which is now being used to stream, but I believe it's June 3rd.
June 3rd. Okay, so that's coming up pretty soon.
We'll post some dates on the buildphase.com along with our Facebook page as
Yeah.
well, so you guys can be in the know. Hopefully they'll have some online content we can review for that.
Yeah. After the Nationals, they plan on making more content for Hearthstone, Star Wars Destiny, Legend of the Five Rings, which I'm super interested in, and another game I'm not familiar with called Eternal Card Game.
I like Destiny. Getting into that right now.
Star Wars Destiny?
Yes.
Star Wars Destiny is a great game. I really enjoy it.
If you like spending money,
It is.
Says the man who plays X-Wing.
Yeah.
Okay,
not
so
anymore. But, yeah.
Weber kept
It all
his
goes
opening
to
hand.
Fox.
Weber kept his opening hand. Ponder mulliganed, and now we have Ponder asking for just a second before they actually launch.
Yeah, and Ponder's going first, so I think that works out well.
So I suppose Popper Tim is really the only other community website we haven't mentioned, right?
Right, Popper
Yeah, we
Tim.
should have mentioned them when we were talking about
Team Attack, correct, yeah. Popper Tim supports Team Attack, hosts their website, podcast as well. So if you're looking for more verse content, check that out. Popper Tim has a website dedicated to verse.
That's right. Actually, I think there's some other stuff on there. I think maybe like a DBZ card game.
Weber has requested that Ponder go easy on him this game.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
so we have a
fair
turn
enough.
1 Arcadia place. So already Ponder is starting off with probably the best resource to lay on turn 1 for a Sister Grimm deck. This, if Weber's able to put a wound onto Sister Grimm, this essentially opens up every level 2 power she has available immediately. I don't think it's likely, despite the appearance of Ovomorph early in Weber's first game, I'm skeptical that he would be running something like Build the Hive, so I suspect that Arcadia is perfectly safe. Whoa! So we have a discard from hand of a Madripoor after placing
Right.
Academy to activate what was, what is, and what will be. So from turn 1, Weber's jumping up to 4 resources. That's a big deal.
That's the best first turn that you can have for Dark Phoenix.
Can't play no games.
Now, specifically, why is discarding the more powerful location as opposed to rowing it the better call?
Because of characters like
Wouldn't be 3 net 4.
who also uses a yellow that's
Oh, well, his next
not a
one.
femme fatale. I'm trying to think. There's because Morgan Le Fay, she's a yellow, but she's also
It's because
on
Build
team.
a Better World can't target.
That's what it
Madripoor.
is.
That's the
Yeah.
real key. Build a Better World can be used to recur this academy, whereas Madripoor is face down through
No matter
all
what.
effects other than Iron
Good
Man.
call.
Notably, we have 2 face down cards hit the resource row here for Weber.
3
That-
resources on turn 1 is nice.
That means these are either characters or plot twists.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not good. I'm sure he would have liked
Yeah.
to see one of those turn face up once it hit the row.
That would have been nice. It makes me wonder, especially since we saw Kane that last turn, how he drew so many cards before he got to a basic. It makes me wonder if he only has basic yellows. You know what I'm saying?
He's just using Magical.
Only has basic
Oh,
yellows.
gotcha.
Yeah.
That would be reasonable.
Yeah, so that you're guaranteed to hit a yellow when you use Kane.
Now, this is a very similar line to Weber's choices in Game 1, where he put early wounds on Sister Grimm using the Catfight plot twist. Now,
Yeah.
this gave Sister Grimm access to game-changing effects like caffeine injection. I think arguably that caffeine injection on Singularity on turn 3 won him that game. Do we think sticking with that same line is a good idea? And the last game was an
when I
anomaly,
play-
or is
when I-
that dangerous?
When I play Sister Grimm, I try not to wound her early.
Yeah, me too.
I try to go for more board state, more board control, and then once I gain that board control, then I start to drop.
Then you flood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. That's typically my approach. Maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong.
That's maybe the one thing I don't like about Sister Grimm is her level up condition is completely dependent on their opponent.
Right.
I've seen often people fall into the trap of being afraid to stun Sister Grimm early, and just once I get enough of those overpowered level 2 effects on the board, they're so far behind they can't recover.
Is
So your approach is almost exact opposite of mine.
Well, it depends on the build, and this
I agree.
is
I agree.
clearly a control build. This is
Yeah.
not an aggressive build of Sister Grimm.
Not at all. Because we didn't see it really kick in until about 3 or 4.
On the torch. So the super aggressive Sister Grimm build that you and I toyed around with at the first tournament we went to at Geek City, formerly located in Coralville, Iowa, now located in North Liberty. I've been told that it's just a mile down the road, but my GPS says that's untrue. It's clearly more than a mile.
I have no problems from where I live.
It's actually the same distance for where
It's a much nicer store.
from the build phase home.
It's an amazing
yeah.
store. I like it a lot.
And let's just give a shout out to those local brick and mortar. Support your local businesses. Support your local stores.
That's right.
You know, keep it local. It's important for you and the community. Build those local metas because without them, the games are nothing.
If possible, try to buy Versus in particular from your local game store.
Which just comes out my birthday, which is
Ooh.
pretty.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't know what your birthday is, so why don't you drop
Well,
that?
now
there
they
for
do.
Well, they should know when the set
us?
comes out now,
It's just a joke.
which is May 24th.
Yeah. Taskmaster's birthday is
which-
on May 24th.
Which reminds me, I need to go to Geek City now to reserve that. Plus, I saw Rick and Morty are making a Munchkin game.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that to me.
I need to reserve that until then. If you guys are listening, I
we
need
have
to reserve that.
Pretty significant
dum.
underdrop by Weber here on turn 2. He has 4 resource points available and is
Using
playing
Kane again. Okay, so he
Lands
doesn't
a
have
green
just yellow
location.
basics.
This is almost exactly like his original draws.
What
Almost.
green effects does he have in this deck? Do we see any other
Thanos.
than Thanos?
Thanos,
right?
that's it.
That's it.
That's
So
all
it's
I saw.
eight drop,
Thanos, and then also for Ravager.
Ravager uses
Or
green.
Ravager.
Oh, it does. I thought it was 2 blues and a yellow.
Ravager.
There you go. Gotta look at the cards.
2 blues and a green. I've played enough Dark Phoenix to remember that.
It seems like Twitch chat is also skeptical of putting early wounds on Sister Grimm.
You can. There's too much available to Sister Grimm early on it would be difficult to rebound from. So yeah, I'm with the Twitchers on this one.
I'd also like to say that despite the criticism that online play of this game has garnered due to the fact that the card packs are free, all the members of our league bought the cards.
Absolutely.
We only play online because we can't play with cardboard with somebody who's halfway across the country. So
That's true.
we are strong supporters of paying for this game. I like Danny and Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to be able to eat food and have houses.
It's awfully kind of you.
Yeah.
We would like those guys to survive.
Yeah. I wish life upon the people who make things I like.
Speaking of which, I know
Because
we
you want
mentioned
more
it-
of it.
I know we mentioned it earlier, but be on the lookout for their Kickstarter for their new game.
Yeah, the 23rd.
That's right.
Well,
They
see-
also have some other games that look really cool, like the Crow, Fire It Up. That's an interesting looking board game that I'm probably going to be getting soon.
The Crow.
The Crow.
Fire it up! Fire it up!
That's getting a reboot too, right?
It is. The movie is getting a
Oh.
reboot. Yeah.
Well, it's not really a
damn it.
reboot. Like,
Remake?
That,
What- I mean,
this Crow story has been told with different characters many, many times. Every miniseries of the comic featured a different person whose thirst for revenge
Do you
brought
think
them
it
back
could be
from
promising then?
It could be, yeah. Just
Yeah.
because the second movie sucked, like
Yeah.
the comic books are really good. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Like the idea of somebody
I'm
being
just
so
always wary
angry
of
that they
reboots.
don't die is kind of cool.
sometimes you gotta think it's a new story or a new take on it.
So
you
while
can't
we're waiting,
always
while
be
we're
trapped
waiting for
on
next,
last time.
while we're waiting for next play, I do want to mention that we had talked a little bit about the Build Phase 2.0 and the new content that we're going to be providing, podcasts, more community support in regards to content. Plus, we're going to be starting a board game review podcast as well. It's going to be called Table Stash.
What kind of board games would you review on there, Joe?
Well, we actually the first one we recorded that's not live yet was a Munchkin game, Loop Letter. That was our first game review, but we've got things coming down the pipeline that are going to talk about Onitama.
We haven't seen
We're going
any
to talk
movement
about
in a
Epic
while.
PvP. There you go. She was thinking.
Singularity,
Legendary,
it's the table.
Legendary, Rick and Morty card games. We're going to see a lot of different board games out there. So be on the lookout for that new content coming
Did you
your way
mention
as well.
Splendor?
And Splendor as well. So those are just the
Splendor!
first games that we have lined up. But we'll have some guests on the show to talk about the games. And, we'll provide you some feedback on what we think of the gameplay and the audience that you can bring in that game too.
Did Ponder Guy use caffeine injection to draw? Yeah.
Caffeine injection doesn't draw, it puts counters.
Or
Yeah.
whatever the one is that lets you draw.
I believe
So-
that is called Open Sesame.
Open Sesame,
Yes.
yeah. It looks like he does because he has quite a bit of cards.
Yeah, 10 cards in hand for Ponder, 6 cards in hand for Weber.
Singularity
That's a familiar
is a good,
story.
Yeah, Singularity is a good drop.
Now, Singularity
Start the
should
train
safely
soon.
be able to attack Kane here. The only thing he could potentially be worried about as a response is maybe a
Catfight?
Savage Surprise.
Would you waste a
Catfight-
Savage Surprise?
Oh, yeah, but Catfight can only target
That's
the
how
attacker.
savage it is.
Even though it can be
Okay.
played
Gotcha.
while defending, it could only help Singularity.
Yeah. That Overmorph, though.
That Overmorph is a problem. I'm a little surprised that, at 4 defense, clearly what Ponder is telling us here is that he does not have Attack Pump in his hand to get Singularity over that 4 defense. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he absolutely would have swung there first.
For real.
And it looks like we got Rob Geller joining us as well on the Twitch
You
stream.
mean Richard?
Oh, Rob?
Okay.
Yeah, that definitely says Rob.
Definitely says Rob.
Well, I just know a Richard Geller, so
Okay, and that's the fellow who's connected with the Old versus Labs podcast,
I
right?
believe so.
I
Is
think
that
it's
right?
Richard, but they must be related.
Possibly. Or a
Yeah.
coincidence.
This is
Or
a big world.
coincidence.
This is a big world.
Tell us, Rob.
We must know now. We have to know.
Oh, a face hugger off the face hugger deck.
And Singularity is taken.
Now, it didn't look like Ponder
played, good
actually
sir.
pocket dimension Sister Grimm there,
No.
so there's no effect.
Yeah. I didn't even see any space in Weber's deck, which means that maybe he's just using it to hold the character.
That's
Still good.
That's what I have
fine.
always wanted them to do, and it's never been good enough.
Well, it worked for this, so that's good to see.
That's a big grab. Even if Ponder has the Pixie in hand, do you play it in this situation? I mean,
I would hold on to it.
unless
I
you
would've
can
held on
guarantee
to it
that
until
face hugger
5.
gets killed.
If you bring them out on 5, Pixie and Singularity, then it's guaranteed to at least get somebody else out.
I agree,
Then
Adam.
pocket.
Overmorph is an interesting choice in the deck.
Yeah. Sure is. I'm really happy that we're seeing some pretty unorthodox cards.
Now, Weber did go something like 20 cards deep on his Kane activation in Game 1,
Right.
but he didn't go very deep here.
No.
So there's a percentage of this deck that we don't know what's there. I contend there has to be
Miss
a queen in
America.
this list. You're not going to run Overmorphs without the queen. And based on the ramp strategy, you could have the queen in play as early as turn 4 or 5. And that makes the Overmorph removal much more scary.
I will say Weber's played this game. He seems to be hitting the draws he wants to play, wants to hit. His engine, I feel like, is hitting right now.
That Miss America is a real problem.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you're face hugging Singularity.
I don't think we went over this card during Game 1, but the tough ability makes it so that Miss America automatically... Well, you have the option of automatically recovering her whenever she gets stunned. Now, we didn't see much value out of that in Game 1 due to Magneto hitting the board, but this is a wall. So I think Ponder's
wall.
hopes of dropping a card here and trying to throw an attack into that face hugger to recover Singularity have just been dashed.
Why you didn't
So I
put
don't
Phoenix
play
in
a
the
lot
back
with
row?
face huggers, and maybe you guys can answer this question. But clearly, Miss America is going to stun Sister Grimm. When Sister Grimm's level 2 comes in, can he return Miss America and the face hugger and get Singularity back?
Yes.
Because then, if you don't have the Overmorph to play again, you're out of luck. He gains Singularity back. Then he's going to have to play
Yeah.
Miss America again. So
Although
the
he's
board
got to
control
go through
can
a bunch of
balance.
light.
Could be. Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So you won't like her, gets Sister Grimm large enough to stun Miss America back and bounce the attack. That's big.
I wonder why he kept Dark Phoenix up front.
Kirk in the Twitch chat makes the point that in order to get value out of the queen, there need to be some Earths in the
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
We haven't seen any of those.
No, we
No,
haven't.
I think it's space, not
Good
Earth.
call, Kirk.
Earth is for the company characters.
Oh,
Ah,
that's
space,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, space.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
alien-specific resource, and we haven't seen that. Now, there is probably 20 cards left in Weber's deck that we haven't seen yet, but
And
that's an awful bad shuffle to have all of that packed at the bottom and for us not to have seen a hint of it yet.
I think also, just with the unorthodox way that Weber's deck has already presented itself, that maybe he has like a ton of different high drop characters, but like not very many of them in his deck, as almost tech cards because Dark Phoenix can afford to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's where I thought the queen value was going to come
Exactly, yeah, like the Queen.
I
Yeah.
find it interesting that Ponder chose to use You Won't Like Her When She's Angry instead of powering up to Sister Grimm level 2 to get Singularity back. I think that might hurt.
How would he get Singularity back?
If I was playing Sister Grimm, I would have taken the wound and then on my turn forced the Facehugger and Miss America back to your opponent's hand.
Oh, okay.
With
Using
Sister
the bounce
Grimm.
house ability.
Right.
Okay, got
You
it.
get Sister Grimm back. If you have Pixelarity, you can play her and gain board control again. But he might not have Pixelarity, so that might be a combo that's not viable. But
Yeah.
but you gain Sing back.
He does have the blue, though, so he could have done it.
That said, holding off an early game wound isn't bad either.
Yeah.
Well, with every other main character, it isn't bad. With Sister Grimm, I don't mind early game wounds. I tend to save my attack.
Oh, dramatic entrance with Mantis. That's a really good combo
Interesting.
there. That's a good combo.
Okay,
So dramatic entrance. We finally seen the card that everybody's going to be getting in the league.
the namesake of Season 1.
That's right.
This allows you to put a character from hand in play, and it becomes the defender. Now, the additional benefit here for Weber is that the card he put in play was Mantis, which when she KOs, she enters the resource row. This is pushing him closer to his level 2. MODOK doesn't get stunned back, but Miss America is still around, which prevents any kind of shenanigans getting towards the facehugger.
Yeah.
Whoa, Sister Grimm into Miss America. All right, is Weber going to have any kind of a response to this? Are we going to get a free stun on this tough character? You know, we talked about how much of a good wall this is. She's kind of getting eaten here.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the point of her, right? She's got a low defense, but she's there to take the beating.
3 wounds.
Kirk, I think you and I are on the same path here with Sister Grimm.
What does he have to say?
He agrees that
The bounce house line seems good.
yeah, you want your sing back.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with characters like MODOK, so that you can guarantee that he comes back. Well, all but guarantee that he comes back and you can utilize.
So do you guys want to do another giveaway here?
Yeah, I guess we're in game 2.
Well, yeah, we need a question.
A Negan Slugger t-shirt?
Whoa,
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right, we'll cover up. So if you're on Facebook, you can see this, but Twitch can't actually see it.
Yeah.
That's great.
That
So
is an
what do we
awesome
want the criteria
t-shirt.
to be for this giveaway item? Brought to us by the Taskmaster.
How about well, I think it should be a Walking Dead question almost.
Another Mantis and a Wasp recruit. Doesn't look
Nice.
like the -1's... Oh, the -1 went on to Sister Grimm.
Okay. Okay, so we got to think of a question.
For the Walking Dead question.
I guess it doesn't have to be.
I'll leave that to Danger and Mr. Ben here while we take notes.
Tell us which Walking Dead character you think would make the coolest versus card in the comments, either on Facebook or on Twitch, and we will pick a winner.
You have to give us a power up or a keyword for him or her.
Power up or
Interesting,
keyword?
another
any,
Mantis.
any kind of mechanic or a keyword. Give us some idea of what you would want your favorite Walking Dead character versus card to look like.
Carl losing an eye.
Is that a plot
the
twist?
superpower?
Well, wait. I mean,
Like, that's a horrible superpower. Carl loses
you're
an
not
eye.
in the contest, John.
And quit giving, the suggestions.
Put half as many wounds on a character as they have health.
Okay, I'm going to just do something here real quick, Ben. That centered it back in, so that, unless you wanted it to be bigger like that, but you saw how it messed with the resource row, or with the rows. Like, now they're lined up. Oh, shit, now the top one isn't
And
lined
now
up.
everything's smaller.
So, scroll it up again. Just one. Yeah.
So Mantis and the MODOK.
So this is a suicide play here just to push the ramp
Yeah.
on Weber's part.
And now he's got 8. Yeah. 8 and 4 on the other side, so that's 12. Getting close.
Yeah. And this board state is starting to look pretty ugly for Ponder here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it looked bad in game 1 and he dug himself out of it.
Yeah.
This is a slightly deeper hole.
I'm surprised that Weber scooped, honestly, because he was still up by about 2 wounds.
I
2 health.
don't think there was any rebounding from that board control. Even you got Pixie and Sing in game 1 combo with the amount of board control you have.
But considering the amount, like, we don't...
And
there's no time
3
restriction or anything.
3 of Ponder's 7 resources were face up. So...
Still... I mean, you still take away 4 of those resources.
So we have Ponder not forgetting to trigger MODOK like a pro.
That's right.
that is something I do all the time.
Yeah.
Because he never stays alive long enough.
Oh, the chat room makes that.
What's that?
Adam, can you go ahead and
So
can
I
you
have no
copy
idea
and
what they were
paste
talking
what you're
about.
referring to when you say I mean 10? We
The chat
reset the chat.
So I've seen
Thanks.
BPLP member Wood08 has joined and departed spectating several times, so I think it's not just us who are having some Octagon issues today.
Yeah.
Honestly, actually, look at this, guys. So I've had this error up on my screen saying that Octagon needs to shut down, but this entire time I've been video capturing, and it's still been working just fine.
So we have Ponder with 2 cards in hand at this
Yeah,
point.
of course I am. Because see,
Or Weber with 2 cards, Ponder with 11. Now, a lot of that card advantage is explained by the board presence that we see.
What does the board presence justify? 2 cards.
11 cards is a
On
lot
turn
of
5.
potential answers. I don't know what the density of plot twists is there, but it's not going to take much with 4 face-up resources in his row. And She-Hulk is an excellent team attacker. This could, he could clear Miss America off the board this turn. Probably still not going to get to that facehugger, but while Weber has decent board control now, he's not stacking wounds on Sister Grimm. So it doesn't look grim for Ponder quite yet.
Oh,
he
thank
does
you.
have 1 wound on him, though.
Should I said it doesn't look grim for Ponder yet? Missed opportunity.
Thanks, Adam, for catching us up there.
Tisk.
I still think She-Hulk is the best 4-drop in the game.
Better than Sabretooth?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of...
Provided you
my
have team
favorite
attackers to swing her with, I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
I think Sabretooth is more splashable. Although
I agree.
Spider-Gwen is probably going to give her a run for
Yeah.
every 4-drop
Recruit out of your
first
deck?
money for
Oh
the
my
most
gosh.
splashable.
That is
Definitely my
fantastic.
favorite in the new one.
That's fantastic.
It's a card that I could actually agree to running a one of.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
I don't run one-ofs in my decks. Spider-Gwen, every deck. Unless I need to use a loyalty plot twist. Every deck.
Logan says Hyde will have something to say about that, I think. Kirk, even without team
good call.
attackers, she's huge.
Sister Grimm swinging into Wasp here.
Shrinkage. And then She-Hulk.
Cleans Wasp up. And
Still not taking any attacks onto Dark Phoenix.
No, well, he couldn't. He had to clear Miss America.
I
off.
clear Miss America first.
So now here we go. Look at Ponder's board state.
Yeah, we're going to rebound here.
9 cards in hand. Going into his turn, Weber's going to have 4. Now, if one of those 4 happens to be Thanos, this is going to start to look a little different.
Yeah.
But this is not a bad position, really, for either player. Weber's prepped to explode with this many resources in
He's
play.
got a ton of yellows,
another
too.
location.
So he can ramp up some more. Although, like, at this point, he might be thinking to himself, if you have all those other characters like Morgan Le Fay, that might be more useful at this point. Because, I mean, Ravager is great, but it's almost like Ravager doesn't trigger until after you're already going to win anyways.
Yeah, well, and Ravager has to come in conjunction with a clear board.
Yeah.
Like, what makes Ravager good is preventing your opponent from being able to recruit relevant characters, and that's how you win the game. If you'd Ravager when they have a bunch of characters already on board and you don't have a board clear or any kind of removal, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with Kirk on this one, Adam. I do think She-Hulk's going to make a difference here for board presence.
Oh, there's Thanos.
Oh,
Like we thought.
That's a scary recruit.
It
Yeah.
is.
So we could be seeing 3 wounds onto Sister Grimm.
Not a lot of hesitation there.
Nope,
Yeah.
went right in.
I mean, is there another line you would even consider in this position? Is it worth it to put 1 wound on She-Hulk using
Well,
your
you know
safe
what?
attack
You
with
could
Thanos?
you could
Probably
team
not.
attack. Well, no, you don't want to team attack with Phoenix and Wasp.
I am so excited to see an Ovomorph removal tool working. I have been saying this for a year, since the card was spoiled, that Ovomorphs would be excellent removal tools.
Cat fight.
Oh, is there
Come
a
on.
cat fight coming with this Wasp?
Well, I guess they have to resolve the Sister Grimm first. Oh, no, he's just putting the -1/-1 onto Sister Grimm.
Oh, and you won't like her when she's angry.
Whoa, wait.
No,
Is
wait.
he gonna get a bunch of stuff onto Sister Grimm?
So the Thanos attack is slotted. Okay, so the Wasp targeting was just going back to the time of recruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now Sister Grimm is at 8.
So we've got
9, 10, 11 with fine cover.
double find cover! Jesus!
12, 13,
Can you
14
duck
defense.
Thanos punch?
He just did.
You know, I said I was going to root for Ponder because he picked Sister Grimm, but the fact that I'm seeing an Ovomorph work kind of makes me want to root for Weber a little bit. I want to root for that mechanic.
Weber just said, wow, just wow.
That's crazy.
You blocked a Thanos punch.
Yeah. Jeez. Does he have... No, he doesn't have enough.
So with one card in hand, what could Weber even have left that would make this relevant? A
If he had a
cat
cat
fight could push through, maybe?
Yeah.
That's about it.
He's only got one card in his hand, though. The chances
What
of
a
him having...
swing. An ETO.
How many cards does Ponder Guy have left in his hand?
A lot.
Way more. He has
Jeez.
6, which is actually the smallest
He's got-
hand we've seen from
He's
Ponder
got
Guy.
7.
Yeah.
That's his 6. That's his deck.
Ah.
There's 42 cards still in deck for Ponder, and 40. So Weber's actually dug deeper into his deck, and but with this many resources in play, it's all out there. He doesn't have options in hand.
It'll be interesting to see what Ponder plays here.
Mm-hmm.
Again, though, Weber's ahead on wounds, and 7 wounds, particularly when you're running a main
Oh,
character.
there we go. Ponder forgot to use MODOK. I feel your pain.
Oh no!
At least he's being honest about it.
Bounce Hugger and Thanos. Absolutely.
Yep.
Poor MODOK.
No, you can't bounce MODOK. It's on Sister Grimm's board.
So there is a real risk with Sister Grimm that you just run out of gas. You use all your effects, and you've got nothing left.
They're asking us for do we let
If
him
Weber
use
says it's
Monarch?
okay, I say it's okay.
If Weber says it's okay, yeah, I agree.
Because 99% of the time, MODOK we all forget.
Oh, you're typing it.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all want to see like the fairest match that we possibly can.
Yeah.
And unless you're a,
Now, you know what's going to happen is we're going to go down the line and Weber's going to make a misplay. And then Ponder's going to be obligated to let him get away with it.
And he's gonna be like, no.
Because that's how this always works. Like,
Give it a little, take a
I
little.
might even tell Weber that.
Is this your one credit?
I can't type with the sheet of paper on my keyboard. Okay, so he did ultimately resolve that he's using MODOK's effect. Another face up. And if Ponder doesn't have to use these, what's Weber even ramping to? Ravenger's useless if none of the cards are face down. Do we remember what effect he used? Was it the draw 3?
Yeah, open this.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Magneto. Interesting.
He made all the difference last game, but he's already brute forced his way through Miss America here.
Right, so if I'm playing right now, I go after the face hugger and leave Thanos on the board.
Thanos could really tear you up, though. I mean, we see 1 green here. We know that...
He can't go after the face hugger without taking out the flyers.
Which he can do.
Oh, he can?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got enough damage out there.
I think it's scary to leave Thanos up, honestly.
He doesn't have enough to take him down, I don't think. We'll see what he got. He does have a large hand.
I mean, our biggest team attack would be a 7 on She-Hulk, plus... Is that 3 plus 1 counters on
He could do it.
Sister Grimm?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that gives
So
us
5,
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he could do it. Yeah.
6,
5
7.
and 6 is 11, and then pay green from She-Hulk. Or
So it'd be 14.
a
That'd be
Heroines of
enough.
Arcadia.
And he could send the stun back into She-Hulk,
Yeah.
so as not to take a wound that doesn't generate a level 2.
Well,
There's no worse feeling when you're playing Sister Grimm than taking a wound on your turn.
You know what you could do is you can damage Thanos, stun Thanos, take the damage on Sister Grimm, then use Sister Grimm's ability to cycle the face hugger out. There's definitely options. I think you could hurt everybody here if played right.
If Weber gives Ponder a level 2 Sister Grimm,
He won't have a choice if he team attacks
Bounce
with
out.
She-Hulk.
you don't get your level 2 if you get stunned on your turn.
Oh, that's
It's
right.
only
Thank
on
you.
your opponent's
Yeah,
turn.
thank you.
So, depending upon how
My logic
Weber
is
chooses
flawed.
to attack, if he doesn't let Sister Grimm have the level 2 powers now, Ponder's in a very fragile position.
Alright, so they got...
So he committed 2 attacks declaring
Wasp
Wasp.
So I think he might be taking the approach.
So is this a team attack here into Thanos? Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So we
Stop
got
the train.
Wasp KO'd. Ponder has
Did he
6
spend-
cards in hand.
He spent the green, too.
Spent a
Yep.
green.
So how much is that going into that?
14, I believe. 7 and 7, right?
6, and how much is 5? That's 11. Plus 4 is 15. 15 attack going.
Who's a 6, though? 3 plus 2 equals 5. They're both base 5.
She-Hulk is 5, and then she's got a +1/+1 counter on her.
She does?
Yeah.
Oh, it is there. I didn't see that. Dude, how come all the counters on Octagon aren't like
Different
green
colors?
when they're +1/+1?
Because they're stupid.
Okay.
That's always frustrated me. No, it's actually 15, Ponder.
So She-Hulk is going to go back with Thanos? Yep. I think that's the better call there. You don't want to stack wounds on your Sister Grimm. Now, unfortunately, Singularity is still locked down. He cannot get to the Facehugger.
Depending on what the next play is for Weber, Ponder's in a position to get Singularity back next turn.
Yeah.
I think all Weber's doing right now is stalling the inevitable. I don't think this Dark Phoenix deck has...
Oh, She-Hulk apparently had a -1, not a +1,
Oh,
is what
okay.
Ponder's saying. So actually, they would have been at 13. It's still enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I don't think the Dark Phoenix deck here is enough to get over Sister Grimm.
whoa, 8-man cube draft on TTS. That sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Mentioned there in Twitch chat.
Ooh.
Okay. Very good.
We're at 15 resources altogether.
That's a dangerous place.
Low
Sort
wound
of.
count. Low wound count.
There's
right
not
now,
a lot
too.
to be ravaged, though.
Yeah.
And if Ponder can continue to keep control of the board without having to burn resources to do so, I think he's going to have enough gas in the tank to just grind Dark Phoenix out, even if she levels. Her 7/7 is not going to be good
Adam
enough.
Warlock. That's a good card to come out.
I have not seen Adam Warlock in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
That is definitely a reason to run greens in your deck.
Yeah.
A better reason than Thanos, I would
Well,
argue.
we wanted to see what else was in Weber's deck. Now we know.
So we have Dark Phoenix cat fighting into Magneto. That's important. That's going to get Thanos face up, and it's going to let Adam Warlock go face up as well.
Oh, you won't like her when
Whoa,
she's angry.
you won't like her when she's angry to respond. So that gives us 2+1 counters on Magneto, making him a 9/8.
Ouch.
Any response from Weber? Nope. He said, damn it.
Ugh.
Bounces and a wound goes onto
Ugh.
Dark Phoenix.
Ouch.
That was a very painful bounce.
Ponder guy remembers to use Modok. Well, like I said, the more cards you can draw, the more answers you have.
So I wanted to mention
And that's
again.
why I like Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
That's all good. Yeah, the new Spider-Man is a card draw beast. He is, I think, arguably going to be the best card draw engine in the game, even better than Loki. The question is, can he get there? Sticking enough characters to the board to make that level up quick enough that the card draw is relevant? I don't know. Level 3 is, in a lot of ways, it's going to come down to a question of speed. If they can get to him fast enough, they're going to be good. And if they're too slow, well, they're too slow.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk mentioned earlier in the Twitch chat that She-Hulk was going to be a key card for this matchup, and it has been observed just now
Floki.
that, again,
Oh.
She-Hulk has made the difference. Ponder was in a very fragile position, and She-Hulk has...
Turn the tide.
Arguably, She-Hulk plus multiple fine covers, and you won't like her when she's angry, has made all the difference.
And Magneto.
If that stun would have gone through on Magneto, oh man.
Oh, look at this, too.
Power up
Powering
with
up with
Floki.
Floki.
So that
And
brings
since-
Ponder Guy's hand back up to 5, which is the smallest hand we've seen him have in both games.
I like this combo with Magneto since nobody's going to be able to turn face up to really matter for him.
Yep.
To take Floki away.
Now, does Magneto lock down only supporting characters? So
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix can't hide.
No.
She's going to have to come face up and get punched in the face again.
Over and over.
We're going to see the face hugger finally get removed. Now, Singularity's been locked down since turn 3. What is that, 4 turns total? She's been a non-equation in this game. Almost backbreakingly so for Ponder early in the game.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, Ovomorphs worked. I wasn't
Okay.
totally wrong.
So the Singularity comes back face down on the back row.
Right.
Yes.
It says stunned, but I think it should say spooked or dazed. I mean,
Well, the wound gets put on the card when the stun happens, but face down is still stunned. And Daze
Oh, okay.
technically is stun the card, but don't put the wound on.
okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
if the state of
Fair
being
enough.
face down is always considered stunned.
Yeah. I just don't like it when they don't use keywords when they could.
And I don't like it when she's angry. Oh!
And silently still about the misplays that you made when I got you spooked.
Yeah.
Dark Phoenix is coming back.
Speaking of which, Ben, who is over in New Zealand, does owe us a rap video. Just throwing that out there. Hopefully you watch this.
That's right. We do know how musically inclined he is.
So DP's out there by herself right now, guys.
It's a scary situation for Weber.
I don't think he's recruited anybody yet.
Nope, not yet. But does it matter?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. We have some dispirited chatter in the text box.
Weber's feeling defeated right now.
You can do it.
15 resources down, and he has the ability to ramp here, which would put us at 17. Plus
doesn't
his
matter.
resource puts us at 18.
It doesn't matter, though. Ponder's not using his resources. He's still going to have 4.
Well,
out of the
7/7
6.
flyer is better than a 3/3. It's a hell
And
of a
it-
lot more resilient to wounds.
And he didn't play a resource last turn,
It is starting to look a little ugly.
I don't think.
Yeah, Magneto is a hard stop to the Adam Warlock that we were
Oh,
all
he
so
just
impressed
passed.
with. Oh, no. With
Ouch.
3 cards in hand, Weber makes no recruits and no attacks and passes. I think Ponder, with Sister Grimm, maybe
Ponder
taking
forgot to use
this.
MODOK. Oh, and Corporal Hicks comes out.
Wow.
And
This just
This is a
solidifies-
situation where Corporal Hicks helps you win more.
Yeah, he thrives.
This is just,
Who the last one has that? It's like
Yeah, I guess
3.
we're not going to have a game 3, it looks like. Well, maybe,
Oh, we've
maybe we
got-
shouldn't close the door on Weber too
we've
soon.
got our buddy Nick who joined the chat as well.
Hey, Nick.
Welcome,
Thanks
Nick.
for joining us.
And Vop.
Yes. Hey, actually,
Can
this
we
is a
see
good...
his build trays contributors? We
Yeah,
have 2
he's
new
another
contributors.
Build Face contributor for sure.
That's
And
right.
Vop.
Both Adam and Nick will be making some articles periodically for us onto the Built Phase website. So stay tuned for stuff like that. Also, this is a good time for me to plug my video channel. So just go to YouTube and search for the Build Phase. And I've been doing lots of recaps lately. But I will be working with Nick, who owns a video camera. And we have some exciting ideas of what to bring you guys. So stay tuned for those.
Some pretty disheartened chatter from Weber. Killing me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I suppose if we're
Please
adding
don't
some more
scoop, though.
plugs here, head over to thebuildphase.com and click on the podcast there on the landing page to check out the Build Phase podcast. We're closing in on episode 100.
Woo.
I'm thinking maybe for that we should do an unboxing of Legacy.
I think that'd be great.
That would be really cool.
I think I can get to 100 by the time Legacy comes out, unless they
Yeah.
push it back again. Then I just have to go on break. That's what that is.
So we're seeing everyone get +2/+2 counters onto them.
So Hicks stunned.
I hope that Weber doesn't scoop because he could still possibly drag himself out of the hole. He's at 5 health.
What answers could he possibly have that would work here?
Well, okay, I'm just looking at it this way. He's at 5 health, so he does have a lot of time to be able to potentially try
Well, what's
to
he going to
something.
do with that time? That's what I'm saying. What could he draw that would get him out of this?
I don't know. I can't.
I don't
Some,
think there's anything.
some kind. He's got to have a character that's big enough to get through MODOK.
Maybe
to
KO
even be able
Thanos
to
to
get
bring
to
out a new
Magneto.
Thanos.
Yeah, he could recruit a Thanos.
Yeah.
And that would Thanos doesn't fly, so that's not going to get
You're
him
not
to
gonna get him Magneto.
I think Magneto is the key card here. If you can't get Magneto cleared off the board, I think Magneto might be an MVP tech choice.
Weber just scooped.
No!
That's it.
All right, Sister Grimm.
Alright, so we do have a champion.
Ponder Guy is the official Season 1 Dramatic Entries champion.
Well played.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Ponder Guy. Weber, you played a great game. I think Dark Phoenix, if she was able to ramp up a little quicker and keep that board control, it would have been a different game.
Shout out to everybody on Twitch for joining us today.
That's right.
She-Hulk was truly an MVP.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and Magneto as well as far as Game 2 goes. Definitely interesting. Well played, you guys. Definitely deserving to be in the finals.
Weber's says, "I'll get you back next season."
I like it.
That's right.
That's a good attitude.
Challenge
I appreciate
accepted.
I like it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check out thebuildphase.com for all your verse needs. Check out our other support within the community as well. Daily Metagames, Team Attack, Popper Tim. Check us out.
The Scoop. UK Nationals are on June 3rd, £8 entry fee. This could be as big as a 2.5K depending upon attendance. Remember, our local game store is Geek City, but support wherever your local game store is. If you're not buying the cards, they're going to stop making them. Super awesome games. We appreciate this game, and I can't wait until their Kickstarter on the 23rd for Headhunters. Thanks again for putting us on the spoiler train, Upper Deck.
That's right.
Anybody else got any call-outs? Taskmaster?
Did you already say super awesome?
We gotta still give away this right now, don't we?
We'll give it away.
So we'll do one more giveaway. So I didn't see any chatter in the Twitch feed of people giving us invented Walking Dead cards.
Alright, so we'll wait on that then, and then
email your cards to
We wrap this
contact
up.
us at thebuildphase.com.
when we wrap this up on a recap podcast, we'll give this away then.
Okay, so best comment on Danger Ford's recap episode video on YouTube will win a set of Batman socks. And the criteria for determining which is the best comment is top secret, and we won't tell you.
And guys, these are not just any Batman socks. These are exclusive Batman socks from Loot Crate, which have Lord Deathman from the manga series on them as well. So you won't find these anywhere else. They are if you like fun socks, these are for you.
All right, thanks again.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Go win some games.